Alright students, you are welcome to yet another edition of mathematics class with Tutor Newman. This question is on the topic exponential equation and indices. This question is an advanced complex exponential equations. And this question was actually sent to me by one of my students, and today we'll be solving this question. The problem states solve for x if 25 raised to power x plus 3 open bracket 5 raised to power x close the bracket is equal to 4. And we are asked to evaluate to find the value of x. So this is quite simple but very logical, and we'll be solving it now. So pay attention while we solve. Alright, so you can see here is a question. We have 25 raised by x and we have 5 raised by x this way, now equal to 4. You can see, if you observe critically, you discover that this expression is the form of a quadratic expression. So this is how you solve it. Since you have 25 raised by x here and you have 5 raised by x, we'll try and break down 25 to take the form of 5 raised by x. Okay, so this becomes 5 raised to the power 2, okay, all raised power x, which is the same thing as 25 raised power x, okay, plus 3, 5 raised power x is equal to 4. Okay, so from here now you can discover that you have 5 raised power 2 and 5 raised power x. This can be written as 5 raised to power x all raised power 2 is still the same thing. This is equal. It's still the same thing. Okay, we just want to achieve the situation where we have common terms in both parts of the equation. Okay, it become 5 raised power x and is equal to what? 4. All right, so you can see the difference between this and this is that the x is coming before 2, but it's still the same thing because x times 2 gives us the 2x. It's still the same thing. So from here you can discover that what we have here is also equal to what we have here. So we can make an assumption. Alright, because from here you can see this is a quadratic expression already, because it follows the form as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0, which is the general expression for a quadratic equation. Alright, so we can make an assumption that let a be equal to 5 raised power x. Why we are doing this? So that we can easily simplify this equation. So in place of 5 raised to power x, we'll be substituting a. So this becomes a raised to power 2, okay, plus 3a is equal to 4. So this now becomes our new equation, and you can see this is a quadratic expression which you can write as a squared plus 3a minus 4, you equate it to 0, because this expression follows the general quadratic expression as squared plus bs plus c equal to 0. Also, now you can now determine the appropriate approach to solving this quadratic expression. Of course, you know we have the various methods. We have the factorization method, the completing the square method, the quadratic formula method, and you have what we call the solution of quadratic equation using the graphical method. But this approach now we are going to be using the factorization method. So in using the factorization method, 2 factors you multiply to get minus 4, and you add, you get plus 3 is actually 1 minus 1 and 4 are the 2 factors, because minus 1 times 4 will give you minus 4, and minus 1 plus 4 will give you 3. So our expression becomes as squared minus a plus 4a is equal. Alright, as we're saying, you can see that minus a plus 4a will give us 3a. Okay, then you repeat, you write the equation to be as squared minus a, okay, plus 4a, which will give you the 3a, and you include your minus 4, you equate it to 0. Okay, so after equating this to 0, you are going to be factorizing. So you can group this and you factorize the common terms. So what is common between this and this is a is common, you break it out, left with a minus 1, plus what is common between here and here, we have 4 as the common terms, a minus 1. So these are the common terms. So what you have, you bring out what you have outside, which is a and plus 4 out, and also you pick one of the brackets, a minus 1. And mind you are going to equate each of these factors to be equal to 0 because these are the two factors. Okay, so let's do it here. So if we equate a plus b is a plus 4 is equal to 0, the value of a here will be minus 4. Okay, similarly, if we do this, a minus 1 equal to 0, the value of a here will be equal to 1. Okay, but don't forget there was an assumption made earlier on that we let a be equal to 5 raised by x. Remember we made this assumption during the early time when we started solving. We made that assumption, so we're going to introduce this value. So the first value of a is minus 4, meaning that 5 raised by s is equal to minus 4. Okay, and the other value is 1, meaning that 5 raised by s is equal to 1. Okay, so these are the two exponential equations. Now 5 raised by x, bringing it down, 5 raised by x raised by minus 4 cannot be expressed. Okay, this cannot be expressed because of the negative sign. So the only one that can be expressed there is 5 raised by x is equal to 5 raised by 0, because 5 raised by x equal to 1 is same thing as 5 raised by x equal to what? 5 raised by 0, because 5 raised by 0 equal to 1, making it equal basis. When you are trying to do exponential, the essence of exponential is to make the both side, left hand side and right hand side, to have equal basis. So you can cancel out 5 and cancel out 5. So the value of x is what? 0. So the answer to this question is option B, 0, because we cannot express 5 raised by s equal to minus 4 because of the negative sign. So this is how to solve this question. Alright, so follow through from the beginning to the end. Should you have any area where you are confused, kindly hit on the comment section and send me your area of confusion so that I will throw more light on it. Okay, all right, see you in our next edition. Bye.